Someone sold 80,000 Bitcoin, guys. That's a lot, so we are going to talk about it. Before we do, please make sure to like the video and also subscribe to the YouTube. Really appreciate your support. Let's get into it. So an anonymous whale sold 80,000 Bitcoin, guys. That is a huge sale, and we typically don't see sales of this size in the Bitcoin space. When we think about the Bitcoin supply, specifically the circulating supply, there's only around 20 million Bitcoin out there. So for somebody to sell 80,000 Bitcoin, that's a pretty big chunk of the circulating supply. At the current market price, this Bitcoin sale was worth around 9 billion US dollars. So this was a lot of selling pressure. We did see the Bitcoin price dip slightly, but honestly, Bitcoin ate this punch like a champ, and we're going to talk about that in a second. This was such a large sale that Galaxy Digital, the crypto financial services firm who helped execute the sale, actually put out a whole statement about it. So this has been kind of the buzz in the Bitcoin space over the past couple of days. Now let's talk about why this Bitcoin whale decided to sell. According to Galaxy Digital, this sale was a part of this Bitcoin whale's long-term estate planning strategy. Now, personally, I really don't see the point in selling all this Bitcoin. I get it if maybe you want to diversify, maybe you want to move into gold a little bit or real estate, or maybe there's some business that you're interested in investing in, but selling all this Bitcoin seems like a pretty aggressive move. Maybe this Bitcoin whale knows something that we don't, but personally, things look pretty bullish here with Bitcoin. We're seeing a ton of demand, and it looks like we're about to see liquidity rise. So I think that this is honestly a mistake. I understand maybe shutting off some of that Bitcoin if you got something that you want to trade into, but 80,000 Bitcoin, pretty aggressive sale here. Maybe this Bitcoin whale knows something that I don't. Now, this Bitcoin whale had been holding since 2011, so they have seen a lot of appreciation in the price, right? Since 2011, we have seen Bitcoin appreciate over 15.4 million%. So kudos to them for holding all the way through the years. As the Bitcoin price has gone up, especially in those early years, we've seen a lot of these Bitcoin investors sell out and take profits. And not that many people have been able to hold for that long, to hold for 15 years. So they have definitely made a lot of money by doing that. Who knows? Maybe this Bitcoin whale has more Bitcoin somewhere. But personally, I don't think that's really the right decision here to sell. And I don't really see a huge incentive to sell out of Bitcoin, because what are you going to go into? Dollars? Unless you have some great investment that's going to outperform Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is the place you want to be. Now, what happened to the Bitcoin price when we saw the sale of 80,000 Bitcoin? Obviously, this sent the Bitcoin price lower. We know that Bitcoin is supply and demand. So if somebody puts a bunch of supply onto the market, it's going to lead to the price declining. However, the price really didn't dip that much. We saw the price dip from around 118K down to just below 115K. But then after around a day, we've seen the price recover, and we're back up around 118K, 119K. So Bitcoin really took this punch and just kept moving, which is a great sign. And I think it shows that Bitcoin is really becoming a mature asset. Bitcoin is now the 5th or 6th largest asset in the world. It's around a $2.4 trillion market cap. And it looks like Bitcoin is becoming very widely distributed. So obviously we've seen Bitcoin become more commonly held at the government level, and I think that's going to continue. We've seen these Bitcoin ETFs eating up a ton of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's really getting integrated into the traditional financial system. We've seen this corporate adoption, right? All these Bitcoin treasury companies, these companies who are saying, hey, we want to hold some of this asset. And then we are seeing individuals like you or I just start to hold more Bitcoin, and more individuals are starting to hop in as they just see that it's going to make your life better, right? It's a great place to store your wealth, and life's going to be a lot easier if you are holding Bitcoin. So I really think that this was a great test for Bitcoin. As the price continues to go up, you're obviously going to have some of those early holders of Bitcoin look to sell a portion of it and buy some things that they want, or maybe trade into something else. This is a pretty big sale. I don't really think this was a very smart move by this particular Bitcoin whale, but maybe they have something better. I doubt it that they're going to trade into, but we should expect this, right? Some of those early adopters who have seen significant gains are going to want to move into something else at some point. Now, could we see the Bitcoin price continue to head lower? Could we see this selling pressure have ripple effects? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we headed back down and retested 115K or back to that 112K level, which took us a while to get over. But I think that the long-term thesis remains the same. And really what we saw with this dip is that people bought the dip, right? People saw this as a buying opportunity. And I think that a lot of people are very convicted in this asset. So overall, I would say that this news is bullish for Bitcoin, even though it's a huge Bitcoin sale, because it just it really is testing the maturity of the market. And we're getting to see that Bitcoin is becoming a very strong asset, right? It basically took this punch and kept moving. That's going to wrap it up for this one. If you didn't like and subscribe yet, please make sure to do that. We're trying to get this channel booming as Bitcoin is booming. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.